Hi, it's me, Vamp, and welcome to the podcast. Okay, so let's get started with the topic. If you guys seem to like the topics, I will do more of them, but my topic is how to start streaming or how to start your own stream. Well, the reason I am going to be talking about this because of the fact that I myself am a streamer. Well, I'm a part-time streamer, twitch.tv/vamp6x6x6x, but a lot of times I stick to YouTube, but I do have about 4,000 followers on Twitter, which is, I know what some of you guys may say, nothing to write home about compared to people who have more, but at the same time, it's better than like 100 or 200, right? Which having 100 or 200 is just fine when you're first starting out. But what I'm going to talk more about in this video is how to make a living from streaming, be it streaming on Twitch or streaming on YouTube. I will also go a bit into how those are different as well. Okay, so I know what some of you guys may be asking. Where do I start? Well, at the beginning. I just wanted to say at the beginning, but in reality, all you need is a mic, internet, of course, some game, or some people don't even need a game if you just want to do just chatting. That's basically where you stare at the webcam, you chat, people come in, you talk back. But I do not recommend that when you're first starting because you haven't built an audience yet, so you really don't have anyone to talk to. At least if you're playing a game like I recommend, you can talk about the game. You can talk, oh, I did this on the game, that about the game. And that will get you started there, which on YouTube and Twitch, people tend to go there for different reasons. Twitch is more like, people like being live, watching it live more than they like looking at archived videos. Whereas YouTube, you might not get very many people watching you live at first, but you should get a fair amount of people, viewing the archives because, they're a different format. Twitch is known for streaming, YouTube is known for, videos being archived so you can watch them back. In fact, this very podcast is going to be going on YouTube, youtube.com/VAMPLAYS. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Anyway, what thing to expect? I guess I can basically run down real quick what to expect, which is if you're on Twitch or YouTube, these are things you can expect. You can expect some people to come in, maybe troll you or whatever, but most of the time expect no one to show up, okay? But my best advice is to keep talking as if someone is showing up, because on both platforms, be it Twitch or YouTube, people can lurk. Lurking is a term that basically means, they're watching or listening without actually saying anything. So they're like in the background and you really don't know they are there. Because even the viewer for Twitch and YouTube, sometimes they don't detect people until they start talking. So even by that standard, you won't necessarily be able to know they are there. And if you're not talking or anything, they just think it's boring, then they leave. Now, the exception to every rules. I know what you guys may be thinking, but that person, they hardly say a word, and they have over 1,000 people constantly watching them. That person plays back their streams and they get hundreds and hundreds of people watching. That person said nothing most of the time. Well, my best advice is to ignore them, okay? Just ignore them. If they are successful elsewhere and they're coming to Twitch, or they already have a big audience to begin with, wherever they may come from, or they started at Twitch at the beginning or YouTube at the beginning, then they have the dedicated fan base that no matter what happened, there will always be people there. And streaming is kind of a snowball effect. If you don't know what that means, it's more across the lines of, if you get a bunch of people, you'll get a bunch of more people. So let's say you'll have a stream with 200 people watching. It will be easier for you to go up to 300, 500, 1,000, on and on like that. It's just a snowball effect. The more people that are watching you, a lot of times the more people want to watch you. Now, this does not necessarily apply to raids. In case you guys don't know, raids are one of the big differences between YouTube and Twitch. Raids actually make it so a streamer can basically direct all of their stream viewers to another streamer for a period of time. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would I want to direct my viewer to another streamer? It's always good to help smaller streamers and whatnot, but also that whole you scratch my back, I scratch your back type thing. Whereas if you raid them, they might be likely to remember your name and raid you in the future. Who knows? But don't expect it. That's where you will fall flat if you expect them to raid you back. But that's how you can start getting your name out there. But with that said, speaking of I scratch my back, I scratch your back, you scratch my back type thing, there is something out there called follow to follow, follow for follow on YouTube. It's sub for sub. Do not, and I repeat, do not engage in that. It's not going to end well for your channel. Because let's take YouTube out of the equation for a minute, because there are some reasons why you might want 1,000 subs on YouTube. I still do not condone doing it, but I want to explain each platform properly. Okay, so if you do it on Twitch, say you follow 1,000 people. 1,000 people do actually follow you back. You'll have 1,000 followers. I know what you're thinking. Yes, I finally have 1,000 followers. People will take me seriously. Everything is open to me. I'll get all these sponsorships and brand deals and all this and that. No. if anything, you'll be worse off. Not only will your follow counter thing show everyone that you are following way more people than follow you, but those follow for follows, guess what? They're empty. A follower on Twitch and YouTube to an extent, um, a follower, especially on Twitch, that doesn't watch your content, doesn't come back or anything, is pointless, meaningless. You may as well not have that follower. You'll be known as a bot account, either a bot account or an account that buys bots or whatever. It's not a good thing. Twitch knows. Twitch and YouTube do actually know these things go on. So, and it's very obvious to see if you do a follow thing, or you buy followers, or you buy subscribers and stuff. It's very obvious to see that. Now, there are exceptions on YouTube, like say a stream goes viral or a video goes viral. And there are exceptions on Twitch, like say you got a raid for 10,000 people and 1,000 of those people follow you. That's good, that's great, that's perfectly fine. They're following, even if they don't return, they're following, and that's better than follow to follow, because you don't have that negative follow on your account. You don't have that follow count that you're following them as well on your account, and there's always a chance they will come back in the future or tell their friend or something. So that is very good. Now, I did also mention that I would explain why it's different on the YouTube but the same. Okay, on the YouTube, you do not want to engage in sub for sub, even though it's way more tempting on YouTube, because as of this podcast going up, YouTube's policy, one of the two things you need is 1,000 subs to start making money with your channel. 1,000 subs or 1,000 subscribers. So it's very appealing in a sense, but YouTube was smart about this. They made it so not only do you need 1,000 subs, you also need 4,000, I think it's 4,000 hours of watch time in 1 year. So basically, if you're doing sub for sub, guess what those subs are not doing? You guessed it, watching your content. So they're not showing up at streams on the YouTube. They're not watching your past streams on the YouTube. They're not doing anything. So you aren't making any money with them at all. You aren't doing anything to get anywhere really. You have your 1,000 subs and you gave someone else 1,000 subs. Hopefully you guys are both happy with your 1,000 subs, but it ends there. But we're getting a bit off track. We're getting a bit more into content creation in general, which maybe we'll talk more about in the future if you guys seem to like this style of stuff. Now, let's talk about money. Since we started talking about money, let's keep talking about money. So on the YouTube, you, like I said, need 4,000 hours of watch time in a year to get your video monetized, channel monetized rather. So you can monetize videos, have a chance at making money. Basically, how much money you make depends on a lot of factors, such as, you know, your click rate, the click-through rate of your videos, your viewership, you know, CPM, click per mile, click per million. I've heard a bunch of things with called. So that's a big factor, which is click-through rate, basically. How often people are clicking through your video. This is on the YouTube side. We'll get to Twitch in a moment. And then we also have the whole how many people are viewing your video, or how many of those people are collecting ads versus viewing ads, how many people have ad blockers installed, you know, all that kinds of stuff. And then on Twitch's end, you actually can't start making money right away on Twitch either. Twitch is, some would say more lenient, some would say more strict than YouTube, because in order to start making money on Twitch, you gotta become an affiliate. In order to become an affiliate, you need 50 subscribers, you need to stream 7 days in a month, you need to stream X hours, I believe. It's been a long time since I had to become an affiliate. Stream X hours in a single month, and above all else, you must have 3 concurrent viewers. Concurrent viewers means that they're viewers that stayed most, if not all, of the stream. So, you know, basically it's just average majority, average viewers, basically, is what it comes down to in this particular case. And then after that, the process of becoming an affiliate is automated, so you'll just actually be sent an email saying you want to be an affiliate, blah blah blah, congratulations, you are one. Excuse me. And then as an affiliate, you will get access to stuff like people will be able to subscribe to you. You'll be able to, I believe it's at the beginning you can make it 1 sub badge for your channel, but as you're an affiliate you can earn up to 5. Basically, the more people subscribe to your channel, because unlike YouTube, on Twitch, subscribing means that they're paying for a membership. And I'm sorry if you guys heard that beep. I keep forgetting to turn off my wireless headphones, because if there's not any noise going through them for, let's say, about 15 minutes or so, then they would turn off automatically. But anyway, back to the thing with the money, and then also bits. Bits are actually a thing, a Twitch thing. Basically, each bit equals an amount of money. Right now, the current rate is 1 cent, so each bit is 1 cent. They are just like, think of them as tip type things, you know, like, you know, oh, here's a few, here's 25 cents, here's $1, you know, basically like, oh, I like what you did, here's $1, hit $2, hit $5. But yeah, that's how you do with this. So basically, interacting with people is key on Twitch, okay? When it comes to that, if you're looking to make money, You gotta interact with people, not beg people. People do not like beggars, okay? They may, okay, so let me give you an example about that even. Say you're on Twitch, you'll have two people. No, say you're on Twitch, you'll have a person that gives you $10, right? Because you begged them. Let's say you begged them for $10, or you told them a sob story or whatever. Well, they give you $10, then get what? They leave and don't come back. Because people do not like begging, nor do they like sob stories. Whereas if you just streamed content, interacted with them, they give you $10 and then maybe they come back and give you $10 more in the future and more and more. But with that said, do not expect a lot of money, okay? Do not expect a lot of money from Twitch until you grow your audience. I know it's easy to expect a lot of money, especially when you go into the bigger streamers and then they're like gifting like 300 people. You see people gifting like 300 people subs and all that stuff and whatnot. But yeah, it takes time, okay? Now, next two things I'm going to touch down on are what you need to buy and how much you need to spend. Now, I'm going to specifically go on Twitch for this. Some of this can apply to YouTube as well, but my example is going to be solely for Twitch. Okay, so you really, to start streaming on Twitch from your computer, it's a little bit different if you're streaming from a console. But from your computer, all you actually need is a mic. A headset would be questionable. You heard mine just turned off on its own because I don't use it while I podcast. But I do use it while I'm streaming so I can hear the alerts. So I get a mic, a headset, a program. Like I use OBS. It stands for Open Broadcast Software. Yeah, software. Okay. It's free, completely 100% free. It's actually very awesome, and I use it for a lot of stuff, but there's also other stuff out there. Basically, you need a software that will let you record your screen and then put it up on, and then stream it so others can actually see your screen. A webcam is optional, although I'll let you guys in on a little secret. A lot of viewers and even potential raiders and whatnot prefer seeing someone on a webcam, okay? And I'll tell you the reason behind that as well, because people feel like they can make more of a connection with a streamer if they're on the webcam. And also, in addition to that, people love seeing reactions of stuff. So, like, take someone donates a lot of money, chances are they want to see your reaction. So that's that when it comes to that. So far we have mic, we have headset, of course the computer. Now the webcam is optional. Software is not optional for PC way, and of course you'll need a game to play. preferably one that's mid-range popular, but not too popular, not like, also at the same time, not something that like no one on the planet has heard of at all. Now, these change a little bit if you're going the console route, because both the PS4 and Xbox One, I believe Xbox One, definitely the PS4 though, they have a Twitch streaming app. So you can technically stream straight to Twitch from them. All you need is a microphone to interact. It even will show you chat on the side of the screen if you know, don't have access to chat. I recommend, you know, if your game is on like a console, I recommend buying a capture card so you can use all the software on your PC and still stream the game. But I didn't have that money when I first started, so I actually was in fact just streaming from the PS4 Twitch app in the beginning. That's how I started. It worked out okay for me. You know, success may vary, mileage may vary, but that also brings me to probably my final point, then I'm going to wrap this up, which is that your best bet is to treat it as any investment, okay? Invest a little bit of money, then when you see some return, then invest a little bit more into it. You know, like say you have like $600-700, spend maybe two of it on, maybe 200, maybe a little less, whatever your budget is. Say you only have $50, get a cheap mic headset and optional real cheap webcam, you know, to start out with, and then slowly as you grow, be it on Twitch, on YouTube, on Mixer, on whatever, then, you know, upgrade your gear. As you grow, as you get the resources to upgrade it, just upgrade your gear slowly. I mean, with that said, there's nothing per se wrong with just selling out 1,000, 2,000 right away to get everything the way you want. But remember, that does not guarantee you views, okay? So if what you're thinking, what your mindset is, hey, I'm going to spend $1,000 and then I'm going to make 2,000 back a week later. No, it does not work that way. The more you spend, it's not the more you make. The more you, I've known actual streamers and fellow content creators, I've known actually them to want to start content creation, spend $500 or more the first day, get it set up and everything, and then get what? No one shows up to their stream, and then like a month or two later, they decide to give up because they're super upset that they put $500 down the drain. Oh, and I know I said I was going to wrap it up, but I do guys circle back around to thing to expect. Well, I get thing to expect because consistency, okay? Like I said, I stream part-time, so people don't expect as much consistency from me, but I still try to be at least a little consistent. Now, the thing though is about me saying consistency. What I mean about it, the best example I can give you is, say someone's watching, say someone tunes in at 8 o'clock every Thursday for a TV show, right? Well, if that TV show's not on Thursday, where did they go? They usually go to find something else. So what I'm basically saying is, tell people when you'll be on, okay? Tell people when you'll be on so they can get into the habit of getting on and seeing when you're on. Now, I'll admit, I have trouble doing that myself. I don't have a very consistent schedule because of other reasons and whatnot. But in that case, what I would recommend is that you try to push the people who subscribe, make sure you let them know they can, click the bell icon, because yes, the bell icon on Twitch as well, to be notified when you go live. So, they can go to your channel right when you go live. Let them know that in case they don't know. And yeah, that's about everything I have on the subject. How to start streaming, how to start your own stream type thing. Again, I will be checking this podcast regularly, and if you're listening to this on YouTube, feel free to leave in the comment section below. If you guys are finding this stuff helpful, I'll make more podcasts about this particular subject. But I'm going to end the podcast here. With that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Thank you for tuning in to the podcast. If you guys want to check out my my content on the YouTube, I have 2 YouTube channels. One is called Vamp Plays. You can just do YouTube Vamp Plays and it will pop up for you. And the other is Warframe Madness. I also have a website, www.vampplays.com. That's with 1 P. And yeah, that's about it for my self-promotion. Self-promotion is also an important part. But don't go promoting yourself in other people's streams, okay? Because that did not end well for you at all. Just another friendly tip. And with that said, I'll catch you guys in the future. Later.